What's up, everybody? It is Will, and we are back again, starting a new YouTube series that I kind of want to try out and see how it works. Just to put out some information, a little bit more informative things than just my lifting. One thing that I really wanted to talk about today that I have a lot of people always asking me is how to gain muscle or how to lean gain. This is a question that I get, like I said, numerous times kind of throughout the day, whether it's at my job, through Instagram, through Facebook. And the reality is that if you really want to gain muscle, you need to be in a surplus. Just a matter of the fact, it just is what it is. Unfortunately, all these guys that want to lose body fat and get bigger at the same time, the reality is unless you're using steroids or some other type of anabolic supplement or brand new to lifting, there's a very, very little chance of that happening. Even if that is happening, it's going to take maybe a year, if not longer, to gain that 2 pounds of lean muscle that you're really looking for. So the easiest thing to do to put on muscle is be in a surplus. Now, figuring out where your maintenance is going to be a little bit tricky. One thing that I have all my clients do is track your calories. So there's a lot of different free apps out there. One of my favorite is MyFitnessPal, where you can record what you typically eat on a daily basis. Now, by tracking your calories and your macronutrients for at least a week or two, you can kind of get a baseline of where your caloric intake or maintenance is. If you set your calories, let's say you're a guy and you set your calories at, I don't know, let's go with 2,600 calories, and after the first week or two you notice your weight is dropping. Well, guess what? 2,600 calories is a deficit for you then. So that means that you need to be above 2,600 calories to put on muscle. Now the question is, how much calories do I need to be over my maintenance to put on muscle? 300 to 500 calories is kind of a good idea. That's kind of a starting point for a lot of guys. So, if you figure out that your maintenance is 2,600 calories, start there, add 300 to 500 calories to that, and then adjust from there. Track your progress again on a week-to-week basis, and then see how you're fluctuating. If you're not gaining weight, that could be, a maintenance, or you still could be at a deficit even when you do increase your calories. So it's going to be really important to track your progress. And again, like I said, using apps like MyFitnessPal, MyFitbit, all of these are great apps that you can do to track your progress. Now, once you figure out your caloric intake that you need to be gaining muscle, comes your macronutrients. Everybody's going to have a very different approach on what their macronutrients need to be while in a surplus. My general recommendations, based off all the information that I've researched and read about and all the papers, is anywhere from typically a gram to 1.2 grams per pound of body weight. Some might say that's a little bit high, but for me, I tend to eat a lot of protein anyways, and I actually 9 times out of 10 go over on my protein. So for me, I'm about 175, 180 right now. That my protein intake on a daily basis is anywhere from 190 to 200 grams of protein on an average. Now, let's go into fat. Again, you're going to get different ratios depending on who you talk to. A good general recommendation is 0.4 to 0.5 grams times your body weight. So for me, weighing 175 pounds, that equates to roughly about 80 grams of fat a day. So then what you do is you take your caloric intake, then take your protein, multiply it by 4 because there's 4 calories in a gram of protein. Take your fat, times that by 9 because there's 9 calories per gram of fat. And then whatever you have left over, subtract that from your total calories, divide that by 4, and that'll give you your carbohydrate intake. Now again, this is just a starting point. Some people seem to do better with less carbs, higher fat, lower carbs, whatever it might be. Stay consistent with it, track it, and make adjustments from there. That is probably the best advice I can tell you. Now, one question I probably get a lot too is, hey Will, I'm in a surplus. What are your thoughts on carb cycling? There's definitely a lot of research out there that proves that carb cycling is effective. However, it's a lot simpler for you to hit the same macronutrients on a daily basis. That way you can really gauge your progress instead of doing, high carb day, low carb days, depending on your training. I've done both, and personally, like I said, I prefer to do a static approach where my calories are pretty consistent across the board. That allows me to prep better, kind of make my meals better, or even when I'm not consistent, I just know what I'm going to eat. One of the advantages of flexible dieting, like I said, right here, I know it probably doesn't look the best, but I have two things of some Jell-O pudding with some natural peanut butter, so it's really filling, helps me kind of get in some calories in there. But for me personally, I'm at about 34 to 3,600 calories right now, and my weight's pretty static. So I'm going to slowly increase my calories over time. I've been increasing my calories for about 8 to 10 months now. My protein, again, like I said, is anywhere from 190 to 200, maybe a little bit over a day. My fat is roughly 75 to 85 grams. I really don't like a lot of fat. I'm allergic to nuts, so I don't do almonds. I don't like guacamole. So I'd rather have carbs. So my carb intake is a little bit higher than most. Roughly, I'm about 470 to 500 grams of carbs a day, which is kind of a lot. Everybody thinks that, I just eat ice cream and a bunch of other things throughout the day to fill up my carb intake, which isn't true. I usually train first thing in the morning, so I like to do a lot of carbs around my training. I feel like I benefit more by using those carbs around my training than just eating them randomly throughout the day. So between my intra-workout and post-workout nutrition, I probably have about roughly 100 to 150 grams of carbs during my training, and I definitely notice a huge difference of that. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'll keep you guys posted. I plan on keeping gaining up until probably January, February, and then I will tape my progress of my cut, which I can't wait. Boom! Can't wait to get lean again. I hate being. If you ever compete, you always feel thick after you compete, so it's not the same. I wanna have some shredded pictures for the Instagram. But like I said, guys, I'll keep you guys posted of what's going on. Right now, like I said, weight's about 175, 176 on a daily basis, hoping to get up to about 180. I'm thinking about 4 to 5 months I should be able to do that easy. So again, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Hopefully you guys took this, got some good information of it. Make sure to subscribe, like the channel, share it, and then also follow me on Instagram at Will_Nelson11. I'll have to come up with something better. And then also make sure to follow my client, Allie Stone, that I'm working with right now too. We're getting ready for her to compete in Miami for her pro card. So really exciting there. It'd be pretty awesome if I could say that I have a pro card under my belt, even if it's not me. It'd still be pretty cool to have somebody that I helped achieve that. So thanks again, guys. Catch you later. Peace.